Hello, boys and girls. So happy to be back with you today for some more Listen and Learn, where we will keep learning amazing facts about the human body. Now, last week we talked about the different systems. We talked about our skeletal system, which had such important skeleton parts like our skull that protects our brain. We talked about our ribs that protect our heart and lungs, and our other skeletal system that keeps us upright so that we can stand up and do amazing things. We talked about another system that works really closely with our skeletal system, being our muscular system. We talked about that very important muscle that pumps blood throughout our body. We talked about our large muscles, our tiny muscles, and how they connect to our bones so that we can run, play, kick, throw a basketball, do all sorts of amazing things. Well, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to hear about one of my favorite systems today because it goes with one of my favorite things we do, eating. Boys and girls, we're going to talk about our digestive system today. And it is all about eating and what does food do and where does food go. So boys and girls, let's get ready to listen. Today we have a few words that I would love to talk to you about before we started our story. Our first word is the word digestion. This is your bodily process where your body breaks down the food into a usable form for your body. So when I eat that cheeseburger, that big yummy cheeseburger doesn't help my body when it looks like a normal cheeseburger. But because of digestion, our body breaks that cheeseburger down and gets what it needs from it. Now, sometimes it can take your body several days to be done digesting what you eat. Another word is digestive system. It's all those different things that need to happen and work together for you to be able to digest your food. And that's the system we're going to talk about today. The esophagus. Take your hand and rub right here. Your esophagus is a muscular tube that goes from your stomach or your mouth all the way to your stomach. Sometimes when you drink a really cold drink, you can feel the drink go all the way down your esophagus. Our next word is intestine. This is an organ that connects to your stomach that continues to work on digesting your food. Our stomach is the place where your food goes from your esophagus, where it's still partially digested. Fun fact, humans only have one stomach, but cows have 4. Now, let's sit back and get ready for Dr. Wellbody to help us learn a little bit more about our digestive system. Yum, a chicken burrito. I, Dr. Wellbody, the rhyming pediatrician, am feeling very hungry right now. I think a chicken burrito would taste mighty good. What about you? Healthy foods like chicken burritos, homemade pizza, apples, and carrots are extremely important to our bodies. We cannot live without food. Food is the fuel that gives us the energy we need to stay alive, to walk, to talk, to think, to breathe. The energy from food helps us stay warm. We use that energy even when we are sleeping. Food helps children grow. It helps us heal when we are hurt or sick. So food's an important thing. So what does our body do or digest? How do we digest the food we eat? Well, your digestive system makes all of this happen. Let's find out more. Real quick, take a look at your screen. Which is your favorite food that you see? I am torn between pizza and those yummy looking strawberries. What about you? Well, boys and girls, pretend that you just took a bite of a cracker. What are you going to do now? That's right, you're going to chew. And while your teeth are chewing and crushing and chomping on the cracker, a liquid called saliva often softens the food for you to make it a little bit mushier, to make it easier to eat. Does anyone know another word for saliva? I think saliva is the nicer word. Another word you might call it is spit. Sometimes our mouth makes that to help get foods a little bit softer. Well, boys and girls, once you've chewed and your food is good and mushy, it's time to swallow. When you do, the chewed up food goes down the tube that connects your mouth to your stomach called the esophagus. It is about half as long as your arm and about as wide as your thumb. The food doesn't just slide down though. There are muscles in your esophagus that squeeze the food along. You know, kind of like the way you squeeze a toothpaste tube. It would be kind of the same way. From there, the food will go to your stomach. If you take a look in this x-ray, the yellow tube is his esophagus and this is his stomach. Do you know where your stomach is? If you point to a spot a little above your belly button and move your hand a little bit to the left, you can feel your rib bones. Your stomach is there partly behind your ribs. Your stomach is like a big bag or balloon. It expands or gets bigger when it fills up with food. Powerful muscles inside your stomach squeeze the food and churn it around like clothes in a washing machine. At the same time, you have stomach juices, a watery mix made by your body that helps turn the mushy food into liquid. Food will stay in your stomach for about 3 to 4 hours. Digestion can happen even when you are working, playing, and sleeping. Every time you eat a meal, you swallow a little bit of air. As your stomach churns the food, the air makes noises, and sometimes we get those tummy rumblings. And when the air passes back out of your nose, when the air passes back out through your mouth, sometimes a loud noise called a burp happens. So that's how we burp. The liquid moves from your stomach a little bit at a time into a tube called the small intestine. Your small intestine is a narrow tube, but it is a very long tube. It's around 15 feet in all. Since you're only about 4 feet tall, how does your intestine, which is more than 3 times as long as you, fit inside your body? Well, the answer is that your intestine is all coiled up and folded up and sits inside of you underneath your stomach. Your food can stay in your small intestine for about 6 hours. In the small intestine, all the good things from the liquid food gets absorbed or taken into your blood. The blood carries these nutrients and vitamins from the liquid food that's been digested all around your body, so they can give you energy, help you grow, and keep you healthy. But there are still some bits of food that aren't used up and are left behind in the small intestines. These leftover bits are called waste. Waste gets pushed into your large intestines. This is a tube like your small intestines, but shorter and wider. It is curled upside down around your small intestine. From there, the waste gets pushed out of your bottom when you go to the bathroom. It may take 2 days for food to travel through your whole digestive system. So friends, that is how our digestive system works. That is what happens with the food we eat. So here's my little rhyme about the digestive system. Let's listen, then we'll say it together. A healthy body needs good food. There really is no question. Your body gets the things it needs. Just leave it to digestion. Let's say that together. A healthy body needs good food. There really is no question. Your body gets the things it needs. Just leave it to digestion. The next time we get together, boys and girls, I'll help you find out all about the most important muscle in your body. It's one that works all the time and never gets tired. Be sure to make your guess of what we're going to learn about next with Mom and Dad. See you next time.